Well, hello, my brave knights. Welcome back to the North Castle. Wait a minute, have you perchance seen my friend Sparky?
Here I am.
Wait!
Shoo!
Look, the knights are back, and a lot of them froze in place when you sneezed. Where were you?
Sorry, I was late. I had a cold feet.
What are you talking about?
You know, cold feet. Nervous, it's a joke.
Oh, Sparky, have you been reading that old joke book again?
Oh yeah, I figured I better brush up on some jokes about the cold. After all, everything is cool here at North Castle thanks to me and my sneezing.
Well, everything certainly is cool up here. Especially our castle musicians. Let's hear from them now.
Hey Goliath, you look pretty big. Me, on the other hand, I'm just a little kid. So what? I may not be strong as you. There is something about me you don't know. Here's the truth, see? You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord. Yeah, you stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the power of the Lord. Yeah. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath, if only you knew. You think you're fighting me, but you're really fighting too. The battle's not mine, it belongs to the Lord. Greater is the one who's in me than any in the world. So you stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord. Yeah, you stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the power of the Lord. Yeah. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath, go ahead and laugh. I got a couple pebbles hidden in this bag. When I raise my arm, when I start to swing, I'ma knock you out with just a rock and a sling. Yeah, you stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord. Yeah, you stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the power of the Lord. Yeah. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Stand before me with your shield and sword. Hey Goliath. Hey Goliath. Before me with your shield and hey Goliath. Hey Goliath.
Great job, musicians and knights. Now, feel free to chill out. Armour Jordan, could you check my wing? You know the royal dog, don't you?
You mean Frost, the king's dog? Did he bite you?
He sure did. Now I have a frostbite, get it?
Unfortunately, I do. Well, anyway, I found another riddle. Perhaps you can read it for me. Remember, in ancient dragon language?
Aye, and I am the only one here who can interpret it. Let me see what you have.
Okay, here it is.
This one says, if the breastplate of justice is what you seek, look for 5 pebbles in a creek.
5 pebbles in a creek. Breastplate of justice. Now, that's another piece of the great armor. Well, so the clue is about 5 pebbles in a creek.
Well, around here it would be 5 pebbles in our frozen moat.
I think it's trying to tell us where to look in the great book. Let's see. Is there a story through there? I mean, maybe if we look through, there's let's see, there's 12. When the 12 tribes crossed the Jordan, there's about 12 stones, but I don't think that's it.
There was a boy who had 5 loaves of bread, and
Yes.
eating some bread that was just about as hard as a rock.
Oh, indeed. I mean, that was. Oh, wait! I have it. In 1 Samuel 17, verses 1 through 50, there is a story about a boy who collects 5 stones. Let's get our Bible players to act that out for us and show us about that story.
We've got power, yes we do. We have power, how about you?
We got power, yes we do. We got power, how about you?
We've got muscles, yes we do. We got muscles, how about you? Okay, look. This chanting is getting us nowhere. You want to conquer us, we want to conquer you, right?
Right.
What if you choose the champion, we'll choose a champion of our own. The 2 can meet in the middle to battle it out.
No one else has to get hurt.
Nope.
Okay, what if our guys win?
Then we will be your servants.
And if y'all guys win?
Then you will be our servants.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Goliath!
Yeah!
Whoa, he's really big. That's like 6 cubits in a span. Or 9 feet 9 inches. No, 6 cubits in a span sounds a little more biblical.
So, which one of you pipsqueaks is going to come out here and duke it out with me? What? What's the matter? Doesn't anyone have the guts to take me on?
I'm a little under the weather right now. Now's not the best time. And I think my dog ate my sword.
No one? Then I will just have to insult you until someone steps forward. Your army is so weak.
How weak is it, Goliath?
Your army is so weak that when you play soccer, the balls kick you.
Oh, solid burn.
Your army is so smelly.
How smelly is it, Goliath?
Your army is so smelly, your dogs give you a bath.
Ouch, that's gonna hurt. Insult them again, Goliath. Greetings, King Saul. I brought you some food for you. How are things on the battlefield?
And I think I've lost my appetite.
And we're all too scared to eat.
Scared of what?
What do you mean, what? You see that giant over there?
Sure, it's kind of hard to miss a guy who's 6 cubes and a span.
He's the Philistines' champion. We need a gullible, brave Israelite champion to go over there and face him one-on-one. If our guys wins, the Philistines will serve us. But if Goliath wins, we have to serve them.
I'll face Goliath.
You? You're just a small shepherd's boy.
A shepherd boy, I defend my flock from bears and lions.
But Goliath is huge. He's tough.
And he always says mean things.
The way Goliath is talking to God, God's people isn't right. Something must be done.
At least, let me give you my armor and help you stand against Goliath.
Facing life's challenges isn't about what you stand against. It's about what you stand for and who you stand with. I stand for justice, and I know God will stand with me.
What is David doing? Looks like he's picking up some stones for a sling, but how many? I don't know. How about I just count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'm not sure what 5 smooth stones is gonna and a sling are gonna do against a giant like Goliath.
Hey Goliath, your bullying days are over.
This is the best you can do? This puny little guy? Your warrior is so small.
Hey Goliath, your epidermis is showing.
Huh? That was a good shot.
How good of a shot was it?
Uh.
Oh, that good.
We've got David, yes we do. We've got David, how about you?
You did it, David. You beat the giant with just a small stone and a sling.
I won because I stood for justice, because I stood God's way. And God stood with me.
That was one epic battle. It answered our question, our riddle about the pebbles in the lake. Sparky? Sparky? Sparky?
Is it finished? Was the giant defeated?
Yes, the giant was defeated. Where did you go? Are you scared of Goliath?
Of course.
Well, I guess so were the Israelites. You know, I bet David really would have liked our banner verse. Be strong in the Lord and the strength of his power. Can we all say that together? Why don't you try to say it with us? Be strong in the Lord and the strength of his power.
Oh, does that give me a little more courage? Yes, it does.
Well, speaking of courage, I think our knights did a fine job in their first quest, and perhaps it's time for another quest.
Last time, our brave knights practiced their balance, which is very important for a knight. What do they need to practice this time?
Well, the way I see it, knights spend a lot of time on horses. And so, if you're going to be a knight, you need to know how to ride a horse. So, let's practice that. So what you want to do, spread your legs out just a little bit, bend your knees, keep your back straight, and bounce up and down.
Do they need to hold on to anything?
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. A knight needs to know how to hold the reins. So you can hold the reins with one hand or with two and bounce up and down. There you go. Look at that.
They're looking more and more like knights. What is our castle call out for the day?
Let me get my sword and I shall show you. Our castle call out for today is armor up with justice. Can you all do that with me? Armor up with justice. Now I think you just might be ready. So, Sparky, do you think they'll find the breastplate of justice?
Well, do you believe they are ready? Or do you to find the breastplate of justice? Or do you think they'll just find the breastplate of just ice? Get it? Just ice?
Yes, I think I get it.
Just ice. It's funny because it sounds like justice. And there's a lot of ice here.
Yes, but we're talking about the breastplate of justice.
What is a breastplate anyway? And what is justice? Are these things Roman soldiers had?
You know, that's a really great question, Sparky. You see, Paul, who wrote Ephesians, and the people he was writing to, saw a lot of Roman soldiers around, and they saw these soldiers wearing breastplates. See, again, it's a metaphor, right? The breastplate is a part of the armor that protects the most important parts of you, like your heart and your lungs. And so these are important pieces. Justice, again, is like what happens when somebody either gets rewarded or for doing something good or punished for doing something wrong.
So when David defeated Goliath, that was justice.
Exactly. Yes, God rewarded David for doing the right thing. And God can do justice because God is just.
Last time we found the belt of truth, and this time we're going to find the breastplate of justice. Those sound like two different things.
Well, I know they sound like two different things, but they're very closely related because, you see, the first thing that a Roman soldier would have put on was his belt, and then he would put on his breastplate. So just like we, if we're taking these metaphors, more seriously, you need truth before you can do justice. You put on the belt of truth, and then you can know about justice, and you lay justice on top of truth.
That is really exciting.
It is. Think about it. In the story, David knew the truth that even though Goliath was doing him and his people this great injustice, he knew the truth that God was a just God. And that gave him the courage to stand up to Goliath. And then God was just and rewarded David and the Israelites with justice.
And God brought the Israelites victory, even though they had to face Goliath.
That's exactly right. Now, I'll be very excited to see if they can find the breastplate of justice this week.
Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. When it feels like hope is gone, be strong, I will keep on.